So after our video on polishing single stage paint and paint transfer and all the things, we got a lot of questions out there, and one in particular about how to maintain the pads. How do we clean them during use and how do we clean them after use? Now, we offer a lot of different polishing pads here at RUPES, and the key to any good detail really is dialing in that pad size, pad type, all those things, and using multiple pads to do a car. You never want to take one pad and try and do the entire car. What the result of this is, it means you've got a lot of pad laundry when you're done. It's probably the detailer's least favorite thing to do at the end of the job, right? Here at the Bigfoot Academy, we have a lot of pad laundry. No, really, a lot of dirty pads. At the Bigfoot Academy, we have training classes, we have product development and testing, we have just our own personal use, and we end up with a lot of dirty polishing pads. So with this much pad laundry, we've got to be really, really good at cleaning pads. Both not only from just a efficiency standpoint and getting these all clean, but we also want to maintain performance. A dirty pad does not perform as well, and you're losing kind of your finish quality, cut quality, all kinds of things go sideways when these pads get loaded. So let's talk about the two different types of cleaning. We're going to talk about first cleaning during the job, and then we're going to talk about cleaning after the job. Now, during the job, when your pad starts to get loaded up, compound, paint residue, kind of like how these are here, you've got a couple of options. Now, we sell the Bigfoot Claw Pad Tool here, which is a nylon brush for cleaning pads. You leave the pad on the tool, you run it, you hold the brush, it will dislodge some of the residues. It's not the best solution, but it's perfect if you don't have anything else, you're a mobile guy, or you don't have a compressor. Now, if you do have a compressor, you're gonna wanna use a blowgun. You're gonna blow the residue out of the pad. You can leave the pads on the tool if you want, you can take them off. Doesn't really matter, it's more preference for you. The key is blowing from the center out towards the edge and blowing out the pad completely. If you have very stubborn residues, residues that don't seem to come out with just a little bit of compressed air, you can actually add a couple of spritzes of water to the surface and then blow it out. The water will help loosen those compound and paint residues and make them easier to remove. The more frequently you can clean that pad out with compressed air, the better it's going to perform, the better the results are going to be, and the less you're going to struggle to get that finish. A clean pad, again, is the best performing pad. Also, I'd recommend rotate your pads through the course of a job. Don't try and force just one pad to do the whole car. Have 4, 5, 6 pads, all the same type. Once one gets loaded up, so you don't have to stop what you're doing, grab a fresh pad and then clean them all at the end of the job. Blow them out after every panel or so though, roughly, to maintain performance. If you're on a soft, haze-prone paint, it's gonna load up faster, so even more frequent blowouts and cleaning of the pad would be beneficial. Anytime you encounter a lot of hazing, typically the first thing we're gonna tell you to do is go to a fresh pad or clean your pads. So, now we've covered how to clean during the job, but what do you do when you're done and you have all these pads to clean? What should you be doing? I recommend that you use a bucket with just clean water during the job. So when this pad is done for the day and I don't intend to use it anymore, it's just too loaded, blowing it out isn't getting it clean enough for me anymore, I'm gonna throw it in my water bucket. That will keep those solids and everything in that pad liquid and kind of softened up so they're easier to remove later. I'm not gonna leave it in there long term. This is just till I get to the end of the job. Once I'm done for the day, you can machine wash your pads. So we here at the Bigfoot Academy, for these huge volumes of polishing pads that we have to clean, we use a machine washer. We use a dye-free, perfume-free laundry detergent in the wash, and we add a little bit of white vinegar to the mix. That white vinegar helps break up the compound residues. We always wash on a low heat setting and use the extra rinse if your washer is capable or equipped with that feature, just a little extra rinse to get all the residues out. Then you can air dry them if you want, or you can put them in the dryer. Again, low heat, just the pads by themselves, no dryer sheet or anything like that, and just let the dryer tumble dry them. They will withstand that process as long as you use delicate cycles on everything. If you don't want to gum up your washing machine, or you're not allowed to use the washing machine for your polishing pads at home, the other option is just using your hands, a little bit of mild soap, agitate and sink, rinse clean, air dry. Either way, as long as you get the bulk of the residues out. Now, if you've polished something like we did in a previous episode where you have tinted or single stage paint and the pad gets dyed the color of that car, don't worry. Color transfer is not a big issue. Sometimes you will discolor the pads with either the compound or the paint transfer. What we want to make sure is we don't have chunks of residue in there. So a little bit of dye transfer onto your pads is not the end of the world. They don't look pretty anymore, and I get that, but they will still perform just as well as long as you get all of the residues out of the pad. So hopefully that's helpful for you in keeping your pads performing at their best. If it was helpful, give us a like, subscribe, and don't forget to comment below. This question came from another RUPES Replies YouTube video. We could be answering yours next time.